Hi guys, today I wanted to follow up on the makeup that I wanted to pan slash use up in 2024. I don't think I called it my plan to pan this year, but that's basically what it was. I just didn't do any formal makeup project pans this year. It was nice to just like take a break from panning, but I'm also really missing project panning. Surprisingly, I didn't know if I was going to by the end of this year, but I honestly really miss it. So I'm excited to introduce some fun new projects starting in 2025. I cannot wait to film those videos. I still feel like it's a little too early to film them, but very soon, like next week, I'm going to film them. I'm so excited. The intros for those projects. But today I wanted to share with you how I did on all these products, give you some updates. Did I actually reach my goals on them? Did I declutter them? Did I totally fail, but not declutter them? We're going to talk about all of that today. Let me go ahead and start with an exciting one. I did finish my mini of the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. So that is one primer down. I think I have 3 to go. In 2025, one of my biggest panning goals is to use up all of my primers because I just don't really want to have primers in my collection anymore, but I want to use up the ones I have because some of the ones I have I like, I just don't feel like they're necessary at the same time. So one of them is finished. I did really enjoy this primer, and I found it very easy to finish this. I would use a pretty generous amount of it, and I felt like it went pretty fast. I also, wow, I can't believe it was this year that I finished this. It feels like forever ago, but I did also finish the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 40. This is actually the second bottle of this that I've used up. I want to repurchase it, but I think the next product like this that I want to try is the CL. Is that how you say it? CL or CLA? SPF Skin Tint. It looks very similar to this. I think it's a few dollars cheaper, but I know I've heard really good things about that one, and I would just like to try a different one next. The LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation, I did not finish. Didn't even really come close. I know I started the year with like maybe a third of it used up. I think I am now more than halfway done with it. So I'm getting pretty close. I do think this will be the next foundation that I finish. It's the one I want to focus on the most in 2025. And yeah, it is my oldest foundation now, so I do think it is about time to move it out. The e.l.f. Putty Bronzer in Feelin' Shady. My goal was not to finish this, but just to hit pan, and I did do that, which is so exciting. I feel like it's not every day I hit pan on a bronzer. I don't think it would be too hard to finish this up. Maybe I'll try to just expand the pan in 2025. This isn't on my plan to pan for this coming year. I just feel like I don't know, there's other things I want to focus on more. Now that I have pan on this, I'm just happy about that, but I would like to make sure that I continue to use it. The Oma Contour Stick, I wanted to finish this side of it, not necessarily the highlighter side. I came really close, so I call this an almost success because I am like so close to being finished with this. I've almost leveled it out with the rim of the tube, and I do plan on using up everything that's inside. I'll probably dig it out and put it into a separate container, but I am so close, so I won't include that in my end of year empties this year, but in 2025 I would really like to use up both sides of it. So I also have the highlighter, which I have quite a bit of this left, but at the same time this is a very kind of balmy formula that sort of melts quite a bit as you apply it. So it's kind of soft. I feel like it goes pretty fast, and I don't think it should be too challenging to finish up this whole thing, and that way I can include this entire product in my 2025 end of year empties. Didn't quite hit my goal on this one, but I came so close that I think it almost counts. Another thing I did not meet my goal on was the Fenty Sunstalker Bronzer in Indus Sun. I wanted to hit pan on this year, and as you can see, that has not happened yet, but I do plan to focus on this in 2025 and hopefully hit pan on it then. I don't think it should take too much longer because I am really starting to be able to see the indent where the ring is around the middle, so I definitely think 2025 will be the year that I hit pan on this. Same story with the Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Blush in Nude Kiss. I still have not hit pan on this. I used it again today in hopes that I might hit pan miraculously. Today I did not, but I think the pan has to be so close. So in 2025, in the first few months, I really want to focus on this. I want to hit pan on this so badly. I've been working on it for so long. I cannot believe how long it has taken. I mean, there isn't that much product in here, so it really shouldn't take that long. There's even less product in the Tower 28 cream blush in Magic Hour, which I also had the goal of hitting pan on, and I also did not hit pan on it, but this is another thing I definitely want to focus on in 2025. I definitely think I can hit pan on it next year. One thing I did hit pan on, though, was the Athr Beauty Crushed Diamond Highlighter in Pink Diamond Dust. I hit pan on this just a couple of months ago, and I am so happy. I'm over the moon because if you've been around for a while, since like last year's Project Pans, I've been working on this for forever. The pan is honestly really deep in this, and yeah, it took so long to hit pan, but I did it. I'm so happy. It's gonna take a really long time to finish, but I'm not worried about that right now because I am just so happy to have hit pan on this. I also had a couple of rose gold cream eyeshadows on my list and didn't hit my goal on either one. I wanted to hit pan in the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize cream shadow in rose gold. I did not. I feel like I didn't honestly end up using this that much this year, so I would like to use this more next year. I also wanted to finish this e.l.f. No Budge eyeshadow stick in rose gold. There's really not that much left of this, but again, I feel like I just did not end up using this that much this year, so maybe next year. But I didn't end up putting this on my plan to pan because I have some other shadows I want to work on that I think are more important to use up, but I can definitely still try and get some more use out of this next year. I also had the ABH Norvina palette on my list, and my goal was to use up the shade Base, and I think also Dazzling. I did not quite finish those two. There's not very much left of Base, as you can see. I have already repressed this, so it was a very thin layer. I hit pan again, and that is all that remains. And then I need to repress Dazzling because it's really just, you know, around the sides, and it's kind of hard to reach it with a brush. So yeah, need to repress that probably in my next chore day vlog. But this year, I wanted to finish those two shades. I also wanted to just use the rest of the palette as much as possible. I think I also had the goal of hitting pan on Incense because I don't think I'd hit pan on that yet, and I did hit pan on that, so that's really exciting. I had originally thought that I would be retiring this palette at the end of this year, but I've decided not to do that yet because it's still performing just fine, and I just don't see a need to get rid of it when it's one of my all-time favorite palettes. So this will stay in my collection a bit longer. I'm really happy to be keeping it. I also had 3 eyeliners that I wanted to try and finish this year. I didn't finish any of them though, so these have been rolled over to my 2025 plan to pan. I definitely think I can finish maybe, if not all 3 of them, probably 2 out of the 3 next year. They're all from CoverGirl. This is the CoverGirl Exhibitionist 24-Hour Kohl Eyeliner in black. I have used up a brown one of these, and I really don't have much left of the black. I was able to use up quite a bit of this when I dressed up as a black cat for Halloween this year because I used this for my whiskers and my nose, my lip, so I definitely got a ton of use out of it then because I ended up having to sharpen it several times, so that was a really good way to get a bunch of use out of this. Another good way is to use this as an eyeshadow base underneath like a multi-chrome shadow. It can really add a whole new dimension to those kinds of shades. Today I'm actually wearing a dark green eyeliner as a shadow base under this multi-chrome, and it really does something magical to any kind of shifty shadow. So that's probably the main way that I will use these up, to be honest. Then these are the CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus eyeliners in Midnight Blue and Gray Khaki. I have no way to tell how much is left in either of these, but I have used up a brown one of these as well in the past, and I don't know, I feel like it took kind of a while to use that one up, and I used that one pretty frequently. So these are 2 colors that I don't end up using that often because these 2 colors just don't go that well with a lot of eye looks. But when they do, I want to try to make sure I'm using them, and I also think that both of these could be really fun as a shadow base. So that is how I plan on hopefully using these up next year since I wasn't able to this year. I also had a few lip products on my list, and I've done so well using up lip products this year even without doing a Project Pan. I did finish off the BK Beauty Everlast lip liner in Warm Spice. The main way I used this up was as a blush. That's a great way to use up lip liners that you may not necessarily like on your lips, This was beautiful as a blush. I actually really enjoyed it. So that was fun. Happy to be done with that one. And then I finished all 3 of the glosses that I had on my list. The Tower 28 lip gloss in Pistachio. This is finished. I also finished the e.l.f. lip plumping gloss in Champagne Glam. These e.l.f. lip plumping glosses are really fun to use up because you can really see exactly how much you have. I also used up the Minori lip gloss in Cozy. Kind of glad to be done with this because I really didn't love it, and I was just honestly, I was kind of hate panning it, even though I wasn't even project panning. But I just wanted to finish it because I was kind of tired of it, but I did like the look of it on my lips, so there was that. But yeah, I love using up lip glosses. They are definitely the most fun thing for me to pan. Then halfway through the year, I also added 2 more lip products. I wanted to try and finish the Kopari lip glossies in Sunset Kiss and Birthday Suit. These are both really old. I think I've had them both since 2021, so we need to use these up ASAP. I didn't finish either one, but I have used quite a bit of both of them. Sunset Kiss is running really low. I do think this will be done pretty soon. And then Birthday Suit, I have a little bit more left of this one, but I am wearing this one today. So hopefully in 2025, both of these can be finished off. I feel like these squeeze tube lip balms take a really long time to use up. I find the ones with the doe foot applicator I go through much faster, but these just seem to stretch on and on and on. And then the last 2 things I also added halfway through the year, and I think I will end up hitting my goal on both of them to use them up. The reason why I say I think I will is because we still have a few days left of the year. I'm filming this on December 27th, and I'm hoping that in the next 4 days I can finish the JLo Beauty Glow and Get It Nutrient-Rich Hydrating Mist. This I have actually been using more as a skincare step than a makeup step, but I was using it more as like a makeup setting spray in like the first half of the bottle, and then the second half of the bottle I've really been using as like a skincare step. But I like to use it to mist my face before I apply a serum or a moisturizer. Just like adds a little bit of extra moisture for my moisturizer to then lock into my skin. So that's what I've been using this for. It's fine, not a must-have for me, but this is how much I have left. I really do think in the next few days, if I use it morning and night, I can probably finish this, and I would love to be able to add this to my end-of-year empties. I am going to count it as a makeup empty, even though it's kind of both a makeup and a skincare product, but because I did use it so much as a makeup product, I think, I don't know, we'll think of it as like a priming mist. I feel like setting sprays are also kind of easy to use up as long as you just get on a roll with using it. It's pretty easy to go through them. There were 2 products that I ended up decluttering from this list, and those were the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Buff. I ended up decluttering that just because I really didn't like it that much, and I don't like to force myself to use up things I don't love. And then I also decluttered the Soul Body Bronzing Balm in Fair just because I felt like I didn't love the shade as much as I do in some of my other bronzers, and it was just getting really, really old, and I didn't see myself wanting to pan it, so that one had to go as well. Those are the final results of my 2024 plan to pan products that I wanted to use up or hit pan on this year. I am so excited for 2025. I think it's going to be a really good year for finishing makeup, and I can't wait to film my next few videos. Like, I just have such a great next few weeks of videos coming up, so stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. Make sure you click the notification bell as well and turn on all notifications for my channel so that YouTube will notify you when I upload a new video. And if you want extra content from me, I do have a Patreon and a channel membership. I post behind the scenes vlogs over there and all kinds of other fun content, so I'd love to have you there as well. Huge shout out to all of my current patrons and channel members. Thank you so much for your support. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and I will talk to you very soon in my next video. Bye!